I just popped the lights out. Look how cool that looks. Hey everybody, welcome back to HRC. Today we got some really cool new stuff here. I'm sure most of you guys recognize the 1.5 meter P-51 Horizon Hobby E-flite. Well, as if it isn't cool enough already, we're going to make some modifications to it that's even better. You see this, you guys know who this is. Gooniac33, links in the description. He's expanding his lines to do some other things. And today, we're going to put the Gooniac stacks on this bad boy. So what you get is you get your controller, you get your leads, it's going to power off your 6S battery, and then you're going to wire it into your throttle channel, or, you know, like I did on my Avante, you can put it in a separate channel and mix it. However you want to do it, works great this way. The way this is going to work is we're going to take a little razor knife and go around this so we don't hurt any paint. We're going to pop these off. Then you're going to drill holes, and you're going to put these LEDs in there, kind of like so. So as you ramp up the throttle, it's going to look like fire, like the full scale one. You know, when they do the night shows and whatever, you can see the stacks light up. That's what we're going to get. Now you got the option of having the LEDs hang out, or you can stick them back up in there if you don't want quite the show. I'm going to have them hanging out so you really see them during the day, and it's going to be sick. So let's get into it. Alright guys, just to show you, so one of the options is to not use the controller and just plug it straight into your battery. Now to do that, you won't use the controller. So you'll disconnect the controller, plug these in, I mean obviously color to color, and then plug it straight into the balance tab. Then you have light. So that's if you just want it to run all the time. You can see they kind of flicker. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can see. I know it's not super light or super dark in here, but you get the gist of it. So again, this is plugged into my 6S battery. That's going to power this bad boy. But pretty cool. Pretty sweet effect. I mean, it's light in here and they're very easily visible. So yeah. And then again, the other way, you'll use the controller, hook it to your receiver, and rock and roll. So let's get this installed. I cannot wait. Alright, so step one, I'm going to take a razor knife and cut around the stacks, around the perimeter, so that when it comes off it doesn't pull any paint, and then we'll try to pop it off. I'll try to do it while it's rolling here so you guys can see. Hopefully it'll work out that way. If not, this is a pretty big knife. Just really carefully ride the edge of the plastic, just to make sure the paint does not come off with the stack. It's a little trickier underneath there because the stacks are in the way, so I guess we will try to do it without. I wonder if I should take this plastic off the nose and then I could get underneath it. You know, I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to take the spinner off and then the cowl, and I'll see if I can get underneath the nose there. Okay guys, so now that you got it off, you got your stacks. You can see how it was glued on there. It was pretty easy, other than that really had some good glue on it, but we didn't lose any paint on the plane, so this is going to be perfect. So what you're going to have to do when you order these, I believe you're going to choose which model you want. Do you want the flames that are internal to the stacks and not hanging out, or do you want the ones that are hanging out? Because there's going to be different size LED bulbs, right? So for your internal flame guys, here's your wires. Internal meaning the LED's not fully hanging out. You're going to get one of these, or two of these, sorry, one for each side, with smaller LEDs. They fit right through. And what you're going to do is you're going to hot glue them on the back side here, is what I would do, kind of at the setting that you like. If you want them flush or whatever, or poking out just a smidge, you could do whatever, or way up in there. Anyway, that's your call. So start from the rear, work your way to the front with the wires going to the back of the plane, because that's where your controller and receiver is going to be. Now, if you want the full external flame, where you're going to see them all the time hanging out, and order that, you're going to have this setup. So as you see here, again, hot glued in, but they're hanging out a lot. So this is the other side, so this side, so it's going to be, once I get the wires in there, they're going to be hanging out like so. So you're going to see these all day long. It's going to be sick. So this is how I want to do it, because I think it's going to be really cool. And this is how it'll look all completed for you. But I believe you have to drill them out to get them through, whereas the other ones do not. They will fit right in there. So I'm going to pop the stack off the other side, and then we'll move on to the install. Okay, haven't done a second one. The key, I think, is to have a long screwdriver where you can reach in there and bust the glue loose from the center. Then the rest you can kind of work off. So that's my tip to you. Reach in there from the front with the cowl off, because whatever happens in front of this line you're not going to see once you put that back on. Then you can reach down in there and kind of push along with your screwdriver, and just kind of the goal is to just kind of loosen that up from there. The rest is not glued on too much, and you can work it off. So now that we got that done, it's install LED time. Okay guys, so for the wires, since this kind of goes across, I'm going to take a knife and cut a channel in here so I can feed these wires through there, and then they'll go back in. So I'm just going to simply do something like this, top and bottom, and just kind of make a groove there so I can shove wires through. In a nutshell. And then we can kind of work stuff in there like so. And that'll just glue back in place like this, with probably put a little hot glue on it or something, and then boom, done. These wires first, and what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys ever have free wing jets, or some of them come with these metal rods. Otherwise you could use a piece of wire, a long piece of solder with the hook on the end, whatever, but this is going to be super easy. Just going to put that in there, and that'll bring the wire out to me, and I can plug it in. So I've test fit the stacks, and they work great. I'm just going to get these done so I don't have to try to reach up in there and plug it in, because I'm not sure if you can. Maybe you can, but I want to get that out of the way before I get too far. Where's the other one at here? Okay, there we go. We got both sides out. Now, so they don't fall through, I'm just going to go ahead and hook it onto the other side. Black to black, red to red. I'll let that dangle. Got my glue gun heating up, and now we're going to glue the stack on. Get you guys situated a little better here. I know it's not the brightest, but you get the point. I've test fit it. I've carved the channel to fit everything really well. It's just going to simply push in place with the glue drawing. So let's do this. Probably should put it into the back into the stack itself so it doesn't push out so bad, but let's give it a try and see if we did good. From here on out, you could always use a little more glue or whatever you got to do. But hey, she's in place. Let that cool. We got a little bit too much on the back side there, but that doesn't matter. Hot glue is clear, right? One side down. Let's do the other. want to move fast before this stuff gets too dry, or too dry, gets too cool. Hold it in place for it to cool, and then we'll have Gooniac stacks. Now you probably could put the cowl on before you do this, just to make sure everything's in a perfect position, but I'm not too worried about it. Is it cool yet? Hey, there it is, guys. All right, let's get the cowl back together and we'll hook them up. I cannot wait to see them flicker. All right, now that both stacks are glued on, we're gonna go ahead and put the cowl and the spinner back on and button up the nose of this bad boy. Again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the links down below if you're interested in anything using the video. And yeah, I hope this helps you guys. That's why I do these, to make life easier for someone else. That spinner is a really tight fit. If I remember right, I got to beef it on with the bolt, so it was hard to get off. Which I guess is probably a good thing, because you know it's not going to fall off in the air, right? Shouldn't, anyway. Big shout out to Gooniac33 Ray for making cool products. Okay, that's on there. Alright, next thing we do is put the controller in place and see what happens. I know it's hard to get a good view for you guys because the receiver is right down there, but we're just going to simply find the throttle channel and pull that out and put this in place. And then don't forget, oh, I still have the balance plugged in, so we're going to unplug this because we want them to run off the controller. So this is going to how you're going to do that, and then wide into your throttle and your balance tab. So, but anyways, that's plugged into channel 1. Okay, there's that. Everything looks good. Now remember, this has a battery tray, so I'm going to put all these wires underneath that battery tray, which is going to work just great. And I'll probably hide the controller down underneath there too. There's a nice pocket down here. It looks like that'll fit in there very nicely. So there we go. Okay, looking good. Alright, let's hook this up and see what happens. So for the initial power up just on the airplane, I'm going to hook it up straight to the battery without the controller, just so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Got a cool reflection off the body. That is sick. Pop you guys out of here so you can see it a little better. Look at this. Yes. There you go. I hope that focused a little better. You see the flicker? Let me turn the lights out and show you. That'll be cool. I just popped the lights out. Look how cool that looks. You see it kind of dancing fire. How cool is that? Now again, this is plugged straight into the battery, so when you use the ESC and controller, I believe it'll be even brighter and better. This is going to look so cool outside. Awesome. We'll plug in the plane, let it initialize. There it goes. Now you'll plug in your stacks, and there they go. You can see them flicker. So the 3 modes for these to go is, 1, you get to do it like this. So as you increase the throttle, they'll kind of die out, and then at half throttle they'll shut off. Or you can do it without the controller, which is they're on like this all the time. And then the other mode is if you swap a couple wires that go to the LEDs from the board to the LEDs, then they will come on at half throttle and get brighter as you go to full. So those are all options. Let Ray know kind of how you want them to run. But I'll show you here as I floor it that the lights will go out. Let me turn the lights off in the shop here. There you go. So that's how that looks, and that's how that works. So again, you can have them come on from, they'll be on brightest at idle, and then they'll slowly fade out to half throttle, or you can have it where they come on at half throttle and get brighter at full throttle, or you can just plug them in to the battery themselves without the controller, and then you'll have them on all the time. So let me turn the lights back on and we'll do this again. Okay, same run with the lights on in here so you can see. Of course, you're from the front, right? Most of the lights coming out the back here, but you'll get it. Oh, throttle cut off. Here we go. Pretty cool. I can't wait to try this outside and see how it looks in flight. Don't forget to check the links down below in the description. Smash that subscribe button. We'll catch you at the field.